So this video is for all of you who don't have a business plan and don't think it's that important. You see, a business plan isn't, the most exciting thing that there is out there. I mean, we like making websites and posting things to social media. Those are great, and we like to set our goals and have our vision boards. But after working with over 40 different Fortune 500 companies and global companies for over 20 years, I learned a few things. So let's go to my office and I'll just give you a few tips. I'm not sure how smart of an idea that was. So in this video, I'm going to just spend a few minutes and talk about some of the key points as to why you should have a business plan. What are some of the important pieces in a business plan that you really need to have? And I'm hoping that you kind of get, excited about having a business plan. Why wouldn't you? I think in life, we are accustomed to following the path of least resistance, as they call it. We like to go with things that we're comfortable with things that we're familiar with, and with things that we know. And we like to have the easy way as much as we possibly can. And a business plan may not be something that you think is that important. But I can tell you, after consulting for Fortune 500 and global companies for over 20 years in the United States, Canada, and Europe, it was an amazing ride, an amazing opportunity to get an inside look into senior management conversations and discussions about process and about business plans operationally within their organizations. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. Our social media businesses that we bring online, there are operational aspects to the business that I think we take for granted. We just know we need to do them, so we do them. But the reality is, if you don't have a target and milestones and a roadmap to know where you're going with specific dates on it, we've all heard it, right? We need to have dates on our goals. A goal without a date is just a dream. But let's take it seriously. All the hard work and blood, sweat, and tears we're putting into our businesses, why wouldn't we want to manage them just a little bit better? Now, a couple of reasons why this is so important. According to Investopedia, they say the two main reasons why businesses fail are, number one, failure to really investigate the marketplace. And at EdSquire Media, that's exactly what I'm all about, is understanding strategy, branding, and then video marketing. I chose video marketing for two reasons. One is it's my passion. I love it. And it just happens to be the best form of marketing out there today. And so I really spend a lot of time helping my clients not only create business plans, but really understanding the importance of them and how they will work for their business. Every business plan is not the same, and not every level of detail is necessarily the same for every business plan. I'll talk about that in a minute. And the second reason why businesses fail, according to Investopedia, is because of business plan problems. Now, these two statistics, when you Google them just in a general basis, you'll find lack of planning, lack of finances, lack of market investigation are usually the top reasons why businesses fail. But something that's really alarming is most businesses fail, or 50% of them fail, in their first 5 years of business. But when you break that down a little smaller and actually go a little bigger, here's what you find. 20% of businesses fail in their first year, 30% fail within their second year. By the time most companies get to 5 years, that's when the 50% failure hits. But beyond that, once a decade hits, the numbers become even more astounding. These numbers are according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, but check this out. By the time a company hits 10 years, 30% are in existence and 70% have failed. If the top two reasons are lack of investigation, lack of business, or lack of financing, I think we need to stop and just take a moment to really think about how much we can increase our likelihood of succeeding if we take these things into account. Since 2016, this is my third business. My first one was a nonprofit called Me Too, What Now? Then I started a podcast which turned into a business called Visible Kindness. And for both of those businesses, like other businesses I've had in my past, I've always had a business plan. As I was saying earlier, the level of detail that goes into a business plan is depending on what it is you're trying to accomplish. For example, if you're looking for investors, if you're looking for financing, if you're looking for partners to come in with your business, then it's a good idea to have more detail and take some more time. But if you're just doing something on your own that doesn't require those elements, then you can create a very basic business plan in one day. You can even do it in a couple of hours. For both Visible Kindness and Me Too What Now, because Me Too What Now was a nonprofit, it took me several weeks to get the thing done, and Visible Kindness was the same way. But I needed more detail for Me Too What Now because it's a nonprofit, and because there's a board, and because it's also important that I have the details publicly for people to check out, because that's what a nonprofit is all about. You need to have that information available. And with Visible Kindness, I really, I'm still working on that business, and I have a lot of plans for it. And I'm doing the same thing for Esquire Media. So my recommendation is this. I'll put a link in the description below just for a basic outline for a business plan, and I'll include the notes from this video, and you can use that, and you can decide for yourself what you want. I'm going to do some videos in the future that really go into detail and teaching on this. Some of the key parts of a business plan that I think you really don't want to miss out on are things like really understanding your mission and your vision, and really understanding your target audience, what the problems are you're trying to solve. And I know we've heard these things, but when they're in a business plan and then you revisit all of these statements and all the information over time as you get your business going, it's extremely important to keep that document alive and not dust it off. If you have no intention of looking at your business plan after you make it, then don't make one. Why bother doing that, right? What a waste of time. I think you're better off just winging it. But it's a very, very risky thing to do, winging your business. Okay, so just some of the key elements about a business plan that I particularly like, and that I think every business should have. And again, I'm going to be general here, but this is a really good place to start if you don't have one, or if you do have one, to get it out from underneath your desk and dust it off and revitalize the thing. You see, a business plan contains all the main ingredients for your business, like a recipe does. And when we skip parts of a recipe, we know what happens. At least I do as a bachelor. I ended up with things catching on fire in my oven, like a pecan pie that I did over Christmas time. It caught on flames, and I had to throw it in the sink. But if I had a plan, that wouldn't have happened. It's really important to have a roadmap. Where are we and where do we want to go? Roadmaps can look different, again, depending on what you're trying to accomplish and what the size of your business is and what type of your business is. But in general, with your first business plan, you should have a 90-day, a 6-month, 1 year, and 3 to 5 years. And in the roadmap, you have milestones that show key achievements that you want to mark with dates on it as to when you're getting them done. Other main features to a business plan that are very helpful is they're a great communication tool. So whether you're by yourself or you have a partners or staff, or you're looking for financing or whatever it is, at some point you can always use your business plan to create presentations for people or other businesses or financiers that you're wanting to influence and get on board with your cause. It's absolutely critical that you have a way to manage risk, to know what are the possibilities of bad things that can happen and how to mitigate them. Things like a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is representative of your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats within your business. I've done that for all my businesses. Then you can make plans to know how you're going to deal with it in advance. So without the ability to measure your progress and to be able to identify risks, then we're pretty much flying blind. Like I had my blindfold there. We don't know what's happening, where we're going, when we're going to get there, and how do we deal with situations as they arise. And as I keep mentioning, and I will continue to mention it, you need to revisit the plan on a regular basis. I suggest at least quarterly every single year. The frequency that you revisit is up to you. It depends on how complicated your plan is and the nature of your business. Ultimately, your business plan is a very valuable tool to help you steer and manage, execute your business, and to know where you are along the way. There's going to be a link in the description below. You can download the notes to this video, and I'll include a general framework for what a business plan should have. And in future videos, I'll get into some details and teach, exactly how do we understand analytics and milestones and issues and risks and all these things that I think will be very valuable for you in your business and bring you back to the channel, and you'll gain some value out of that. If you are getting value out of this video, I would love it if you would give me a like and make any comments that you have in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions about a business plan, I'd love to hear from you. And it also helps me to know if I'm creating the kind of content that you're looking for. So I really appreciate your time. Thank you for sticking with me until the end of the video. Until we see each other again, I hope you have a great day and hope you measure your way to success. And if you have any issues or risks, by all means, let me know in the comments, and I'm here for you. I really need to understand. Is that number? How is the sale? Check. Along, and in those, and in the business, the beautiful thing about a